Right now, at this exact moment, you are moving through space faster than a bullet. Not walking, not driving, not flying, racing at 230 kilometers per second. That's over 500,000 miles per hour, fast enough to circle the Earth in less than 3 minutes. You don't feel it, you can't see it, but it's happening. And you're not moving toward anything. You're orbiting something invisible, something massive, something that shouldn't exist, but it does. And it's pulling you, pulling all of us, right now. The motion you never knew. You already know Earth spins. That's why we have day and night. You probably know Earth orbits the sun. That's our year. But here's what they don't tell you in school. The sun isn't standing still either. Our entire solar system, the sun, all the planets, everything is moving, fast, through the galaxy. We're not just floating in space, we're being swept along a massive, invisible current. The Milky Way galaxy has about 200 billion stars. Our sun is just one of them, and every single one is moving in the same direction. We're all circling something. Think about that. 200 billion stars, all caught in the same cosmic dance, all orbiting the same center point. What could possibly be strong enough to control the motion of billions of stars? The center of our galaxy is 26,000 light-years away. That's so far that light, the fastest thing in the universe, takes 26,000 years to reach us from there. For perspective, when that light started its journey, humans on Earth were still living in caves, hunting with stone tools. And at that center, hidden behind clouds of gas and dust so thick that we couldn't see it for centuries, is something that's rewriting everything we thought we knew about the universe. Something with gravity so intense, it bends space itself. But for most of human history, we had no idea it was there. The invisible center. For thousands of years, humans looked up at the night sky and saw the Milky Way, that band of light stretching across the darkness. We knew it was our galaxy. We knew we were part of it. But we couldn't see the center. Not because we didn't have good enough telescopes, but because the center is hidden. Between us and the galactic center are massive clouds of dust and gas. When you look at that part of the sky with normal light, optical light, you see nothing. Just darkness. It's like trying to see through fog. The light can't get through. So for centuries, the heart of our own galaxy was a mystery. We lived inside it, but we couldn't see it. Then, in the 1930s, scientists started using radio waves. Radio waves can pass through dust. They reveal what visible light cannot. And when they pointed radio telescopes at the galactic center, they found something strange. A bright radio source, compact, intense, coming from a very specific point. They called it Sagittarius A, named after the constellation Sagittarius where it appears in our sky. But they didn't know what it was. Not yet. Fast forward to the 1970s. Technology improves. Radio astronomy gets more precise. They refine the observation. They narrow down the exact location. And they discover something shocking. This isn't just a radio source. It's an incredibly compact, incredibly massive object at the precise center of the Milky Way. They add a star to the name, Sagittarius A star. That little star symbol, an asterisk, means exciting. And trust me, what they were about to discover was more than exciting, it was terrifying. Proving the invisible monster. Here's the problem. How do you prove something exists when you can't see it? Scientists needed evidence, hard evidence. So they came up with a patient, brilliant plan. If there really is something massive at the galactic center, it should affect nearby stars. Its gravity should pull on them, make them orbit around it. So starting in the 1990s, two teams, one using the Keck Observatory in Hawaii, another using the Very Large Telescope in Chile, started watching. They picked a patch of sky near Sagittarius A star, and they photographed it. over and over, year after year. They were tracking individual stars near the galactic center, and then they waited. 16 years. Think about that commitment. Most scientific experiments take months, maybe a year or two. These scientists watched the same stars for nearly 2 decades. But it paid off. They discovered a star called S2, and S2 was doing something incredible. It was moving, fast, in a very specific elliptical orbit. Every 16 years, S2 completes one full orbit around something. They tracked its path precisely. They measured its speed. At the closest approach, S2 was moving at nearly 7,650 kilometers per second. That's 2.5% the speed of light. And from that motion, using Newton's laws of gravity, they calculated the mass of whatever S2 was orbiting. The answer? 4 million times the mass of our sun. Let me put that in perspective. Our sun is already unimaginably massive. It contains 99.8% of all the mass in our entire solar system. Now multiply that by 4 million and cram it all into a space smaller than Mercury's orbit around the sun. There is only one object in the universe that can be that massive and that compact. A black hole. A supermassive black hole. Sagittarius A star. The invisible giant we are all orbiting. The first portrait. For decades, scientists knew it was there. The math proved it. The star orbits proved it. But they'd never actually seen it. You can't photograph a black hole with a normal telescope. Black holes don't emit light. They trap it. But there's a workaround. Around a supermassive black hole, there's usually a disk of superheated gas and matter spiraling inward. This material gets compressed, heated to billions of degrees, and glows brilliantly. Some of that light escapes, and where the black hole itself sits, there's a shadow, a dark circle where light cannot escape. If you could photograph that shadow, you'd have proof, visual proof. So scientists built something unprecedented, the Event Horizon Telescope. It's not one telescope, it's 8 radio telescopes scattered across the entire planet, from Chile to Antarctica to Hawaii to Spain. By combining their observations, they created a virtual telescope the size of Earth itself. In 2019, they released the first ever image of a black hole, M87 star, a monster in a distant galaxy. It was historic. Humanity had photographed the unphotographable. But M87 star wasn't ours. It was 55 million light years away. Scientists wanted to image our black hole, Sagittarius A star. The problem? Sagittarius A star is much smaller, and its accretion disk changes rapidly, like trying to photograph a hyperactive toddler versus a still portrait. But in 2022, after years of data processing, they did it. They revealed the first image of Sagittarius A star, a glowing orange ring of superheated gas, and in the center, a perfect dark circle, the shadow of the monster. Our black hole, the invisible giant at the heart of our galaxy. We finally saw its face, and it was both beautiful and unsettling, because seeing it made it real. We are orbiting that right now. The danger question. So here's the question you're probably asking. If we're orbiting a black hole, are we in danger? Could it swallow us? The short answer is no, but the long answer is more interesting. Sagittarius A star is incredibly far away, 26,000 light years. At our current orbit, we're safe. Black holes don't reach out and grab things. They're not cosmic vacuum cleaners. Their gravity works just like any other object's gravity. It follows the same laws. If you replaced our sun with a black hole of the same mass, Earth's orbit wouldn't change at all. We'd keep orbiting exactly as we do now. We'd freeze to death without the sun's heat, but the orbit would be fine. Sagittarius A star has 4 million times the sun's mass, but we're orbiting at a vast, stable distance. Our solar system has been making this journey for 4.6 billion years. We complete one full orbit around the galactic center roughly every 230 million years. Dinosaurs existed during our last galactic orbit. When we complete this current orbit, who knows what species will inhabit Earth? But here's what's unsettling. Even though we're safe, we're still trapped. Every star in the Milky Way is bound to Sagittarius A star. Its gravity reaches out across the entire galaxy, holding hundreds of billions of stars in their orbits. It's the anchor, the center of gravity for everything, and we can never escape it. The Milky Way galaxy will exist for billions more years, and for all that time we'll keep circling this invisible monster. Generation after generation, orbit after orbit, bound to something we can barely see, something we only just proved exists. And here's the final mind-bending part. When we look at Sagittarius A star, we're not seeing it as it is now. We're seeing it as it was 26,000 years ago. The light we captured in that 2022 image? It left Sagittarius A star when humans were still painting on cave walls. What's happening at the galactic center right now, this very moment, we won't know for another 26,000 years. We are orbiting a ghost, a 26,000-year-old memory of a monster. The quiet truth. So here's where we are. You woke up this morning on a planet spinning at 1,600 kilometers per hour. That planet is orbiting a star at 107,000 kilometers per hour. That star is racing through the galaxy at 828,000 kilometers per hour. And all of it, all of us, are circling an invisible monster at the center of everything. A supermassive black hole 4 million times the mass of the sun. You never feel it, you never see it, but it's there, pulling, anchoring, controlling the motion of billions of stars. We are passengers on a cosmic carousel that's been spinning for billions of years. And the thing at the center? Sagittarius A star, the invisible giant we are all orbiting, right now. So the next time you look up at the night sky and see the Milky Way stretching across the darkness, remember, you're looking at your neighborhood, your cosmic home. And somewhere in the middle, hidden behind dust and distance, is the quiet monster that holds it all together. We found it. We photographed it. We proved it exists. But we still don't fully understand it. And maybe that's the most beautiful part. The universe still has secrets, and we're just beginning to uncover them. If you want more mind-bending space mysteries that'll change how you see reality, hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started. Thanks for watching. And remember, you're not standing still. You're orbiting a monster.